Hello, this is Helsen, and welcome back to my play by email Vs Jochen Combat. And now we're going to be watching the combat replay for December 29th, 1941. I actually do have the December 30th turn, and we will get that out as soon as possible. And I'm sorry for the delay, but I'm in the process of moving. So I've been packing other things, trying to get everything set up, because I actually moved next week. So I need to get everything torn down, packed up, and ready for the first time. I'm going to add movers to it. So I just got to get everything packed up and situated for them to set up. So I am hoping to be moved in next Thursday, the 15th. And then my goal is to have everything unpacked and set up by Christmas, like by Christmas Eve. Like I want to be on Christmas Eve sitting down with a beer and relaxing without any packing to go on. So we're going to go ahead and watch this turn and get this out. I still have to finish the 30th turn and get it back to him, or 31st. But yep, so December 29th, 1941. We landed to Jedpo. I think there's a tank. Oh, there's a surprising tank battle in China that I wasn't expecting. My tanks that actually pushed them out last turn, south of Nanyang, did the full river crossing in one turn. I wasn't expecting that, so we do a shock talk across the river, and that was good. So we got a bunch of Dutch subs hanging out in the Celeb Sea here. So I-156 hits a mine. I forgot about that. Yep. My heavy cruiser task force runs into two little AMCs. Tanks both of those, like one 8-inch shell, boom, both sank. Our second turn chasing the Houston, we still do not catch him. So he's heading towards Darwin. We do set up to catch him heading out east of Darwin, because I really doubt that he's going to be heading west towards Perth. Though we do send that cruiser task force to try to cut them off if he heads that way. Alrighty then. Yeah, so 156 is actually took a pretty good hit there from that mine. American, Dutch, and British mines are nothing to take a shank, laugh at. So luckily we are taking a bunch of bases really close, so we're hoping we can get one of those that sub into one of those bases until we take Sorbet for repairs. So I-4, I believe, gets 3 torpedoes in this AK, which is pretty much going to take her down. Yep. Alright. So she's going to go down. You see our DDs that this merged with our forces that are taking the 11th Air Headquarters down to Talsay. His Corvettes actually play a little tag with I-4, takes a couple hits, does enough damage, but she was almost out of torpedoes anyway, so I'll send her back for repairs and rearm, and then we'll switch another sub into the hex just north of where he comes on. I think we got 4 subs that are still in the area, but once they run out of fuel and return home, I won't send them back out there unless I take a port closer, which I doubt I will. Trying to finish offloading our last of our troops in Java. Right, we're just gonna fast forward it through the sighting things here. Alright, so as usual, we're just bombing as many of these troops in the north, east of China, trying to slow them down, do as much damage as we can. We tried to bomb the airfield at Lashio. We're trying to slow down any building there. We are hopefully going to be getting some, have to move some more bombers into the area. And fighters too. That's the thing with Burma. He can pull everything out to India, and then he can move everything back in a turn. So we're gonna really start playing some real cat and mouse games there, because like all bomb a turn, switch to night bombing, switch to sweeps, and this is see if I can guess when he might move fighters in or not move fighters in. So the sub there off of Hawaii, it's just transitioning, but he gets spotted, and I think we lose our Glen either this turn or next turn off that sub. So which sucks, because that means we can't do any spotting. It kind of makes our odds. No, take it back. It's the sub that we move in south to San Diego that we lose to Glen from. So we lose our ability to spot forces. Doesn't mean they're bad. That just means they have less chance to, you know, spot them, right? I have a feeling we are going to, yeah, lots of bad thunderstorms in the area. We get a couple bad turns of weather up here. Luckily, they all fly and find them this turn in the weather. Next turn, not so much. Trying to finish off that Lucy War area. Let's see. I'm hoping by the first week in December we'll be able to launch all our attacks for the rest of the attacks on Northern Borneo and Southern Spice Isles there. So KB plays again with I-4. Doesn't get any hits this time. Landing the 2nd Division at Turpo, which then will proceed to Sorbeja. We're in a sidear. So, yeah. So here's our shock attack that I wasn't expecting. Like, we just attacked them last turn. So I was like, all right, put them on movement. So they were in move mode, not combat mode, which could have been bad, except for the fact that these parts of this core were already pretty much wrecked. So that's a good thing. They switch over. We do lots of damage. As you can see, we do 100 to 1, 200 to 2. We take 0 casualties. We destroy 197 squads, destroy 102 non-combat, 16 engineers, destroy 18 guns, and they retreat. So these guys are pretty much finished. They're just going to slow us down, because we'll move this turn right to here, right? It takes us 2 or 3 turns before they get out. Then we'll attack them. Then we have to move 2 more 3 turns, and so forth and so on. The good news is they're pretty much wrecked, so the next time I will attack with like a couple units and put the rest on reserve, so they can chase. It will just kind of hopefully be able to speed up the force to aim Kang here. We attack the forces directly north of Nanyang. These are 2 like the cores that we have destroyed in the process of taking these guys. So as again, 916, they had a little bit of AV left, but these guys are pretty much wiped out as well. So another 104, 84, 1, and 6 guns. You can tell not much left of those guys. We'll take Puching. Take Route Natina. I usually turn this into an ASW base. We'll take Dagua. And that's going to be it for the turn. We'll do a quick overview real quick and go over a little bit of our orders. All right, so let's take a look at SIGINT. Not much here. 9149 is going to be somewhere up in here, I believe. 9149. Yep. So that's Lethal War area. I have no idea how many hit points he has, what he got left. Operations. We do get an AS this turn at Kobe. We get another AMC at Osaka. That's kind of nice, right? Still losing a point a turn to partisan attacks in Manila, which sucks, but it is what it is, right? So, all right. Over Your aircraft losses for the turn. He loses 1, we lose 2. We lose 2 zeros to op losses, which sucks. But he loses on Catalina. Well, those are always great. Army plus points is 2204 to 14. Ships sunk 124 to 68. We've lost 12 ships for 84 points. Last turn we just got us about 9 point, pretty decent size AK then. What did you got? About 4,600, 4,900 cargo. We'll take that. And those 2 1 point Dutch AMCs. Nothing big and exciting there. All right, things to note this turn is Kitty Patai is very weakly located, so he doesn't see him. So he's got nothing on these guys, so that's good. We'll finish this turn loading up and making. They're going to start heading towards Canton, so next turn we will probably we'll hold off. There were about 2 turns out for these guys to get in the ocean, heading to Baker, and then we'll backfill, take Tarawa, and a bunch of these other little guys. But we're hoping, turn or 2, we're going to hang out here. We'll drop off these guys at Canton and Baker, and we'll head south. What I'll probably do while I'm covering there is we're going to go ahead and head this way. We'll probably get within striking range of Christmas, Palmyra, and hopefully see if we can get something there. And then we'll kind of make a trip south maybe and see if there's anything we can catch in the area. Who knows? We're finishing off, taking off the rest of this New Britain. Like we have 1 base here, got 2 here, and then a couple of this guy will be here shortly. Just taking lots of these regular guys. Eventually we will want to this turn, I believe, yes, it's this turn. These guys should start unloading these guys. All right, so I don't know why, but why is this showing? Okay, yeah, so we got a bunch of engineers finally here, so we will build up ball probably to 4, maybe airfield 5, and the port to 4 before I start moving some of these guys out. Then we'll move into Tallahassee. We'll build that up to air 5, port 1, and then those guys will drop off a bunch for Nazab. We'll send some to Kavieng, and then we'll probably send some to Rambuto here. As it is within 5, yep. Yeah. So then we'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases set up there. Then we move down to Recta Bay. We'll build up to Lagi a little bit. Maybe we'll find out somewhere else we can move. Guinea's a decent base, but we'll start building up these bases. So maybe we'll Mumbai as well. Buna's not bad. Well, you can get to it easy. So that's basically where we're at on that. So all right, so we got those 2 AMCs. The other forces got away. These guys are going to be heading to cover this retreating area of Darwin. He was here last turn. I'm pretty sure he's going to Darwin for fuel. So what we did is send these guys to cover here, and we send this task force to cover here. And then we're moving subs into the area that we're covering all this, but we're pretty much good here. 156 takes that mine hit at Banjoag. So once these DMSs finish cleaning up Marek, we'll probably send them south to cover up this. But as you can tell, it's a pretty good amount of damage. System damage 52, bolt 28, 20 in engineer. So what we're going to do is he's crippled, so we can move like a hex a turn if he's lucky. We're sending him to Jepo. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 turns, hopefully without losing flotation damage to get him in. Maybe, maybe not. But second division we'll take to Jepo and then start going to Soria Beja, and then we'll move on to Soria Beja to finalize the repairs. We'll take Jakarta. Once we take Jakarta, I think 4th Div will probably march on to Japat. Yeah, from there to jungle, yeah. So they'll move here. It'll take a week or 2. We'll take Chadupat. These guys are moving into Bandanag. And then 18th Division, not next turn, but the turn after. So on the 1st, we'll probably be able to take Batavia. Meanwhile, these guys are going to start pursuing these guys. Yeah, next turn. Get another turn out. And we are moving extra forces into Kuala Lumpur to finish this off, and then we'll just finish these guys off. But we have opened the train route to Singapore and that. We do have forces in Moulmein. We're waiting on a couple other these guys. Get them in there. We'll take that. And then obviously over here in Japan, in China, again, these guys dropped off their supplies. So probably be another supply run into here. These guys will start pursuing up here. Now that we've wrecked these guys, like I said, I'll probably have like maybe like two of the Armored Company, the 15th Regiment, and maybe like the 13th Regiment attack and have 2 on reserve, and they'll chase them into here and so forth. We'll keep working on that. Meanwhile, these guys are all going to just start following up. These guys are going to continue pushing forces this way. These guys continue pushing forces this way. So China and then we'll probably just invest Wenchao. We'll keep bombing that. We found out we do a bombardment on Clark to see how many forces he has there. Our industry, we're looking decent. Our R&D, we're looking at 110, 2 11s, and a 9. So we got 2 more turns before our odds go up as we hit get closer to April. I believe the Knicks are the next best thing. That's no, looks like the Helens would be the next best thing. So we have Helens, and the Knicks should start going up as well, because that will again be 4 months and 5 months, and nothing super exciting. You know, anything else is not even close, but we're working on it. So all in all, we're not doing too bad. We're about 1,100 points from the break-even point. Like I said, those destroyers made up with the 11th Air Fleet. The Air Fleet will now head to Talas Sea, and we'll start building up our defenses there. We want to clear up Java. I like to have Java and Sumatra completely taken care of by January. Actually, I'd like to have all of the DEI in my control by January. He's pulled back to Lashil, so most of Burma would be in. We're going to get ready to move some forces in. We'll need some AA for Magwi. Obviously, we'll need some engineers up here to build up some of these airfields, so we can use them as defense against the Impal line and that cabinet. But we will see 1, 2. Hopefully, by the mid-January, we'll take Rangoon and have the Burma Road cut. So, I think a turn or 2, and then we're going to start our invasion of Mindanao. About a week by the time we take Surabaya, then we'll start our invasions of North Borneo. We will land at Trendashar, land at Samarinda, and then we'll just do the shock attacks across the river. I'd much rather do that than deal with the coasted guns at those places. So we'll start working on capturing, like I said, I want all of this done and captured by the end of January. So we're going to be pressing pretty hard here. We got like 1, 2 more turns to unload here, and then Mini Kadipitai will start heading south to cover the invasion forces from Battle Bob for Kendari, Makassar, Ambon, and Kolping. And then we'll just start doing little base forces here once we take care of all the major bases where you can fly aircraft out of. But that's what we're looking at, guys. Hopefully we will get this knocked out and get another turn, and catch y'all later.